9 Traditional Japanese Plants. Japanese gardeners have been growing azaleas for centuries, prizing them for their trumpet-shaped spring flowers in shades of pink, yellow, salmon, red, violet, and white. Modern hybridizers have developed a reblooming azalea, so you do not have to wait for another spring to enjoy the floral feast of this perennial shrub. Give your azalea shrub a site in partial shade, and amend the soil with organic materials like compost or leaf mold to increase acidity. Azaleas like regular moisture, but they will rot in wet winter soils. Bamboo has insinuated itself into many parts of Japanese culture. Timber bamboo grows throughout Japan, and when harvested, it can be used for everything from homes and fences to chopsticks and fans. When choosing one of these members of the grass family for the garden, select a clumping type rather than one that spreads by runners. The running type is invasive and may even be prohibited in your region. A medium grower like dragon bamboo, Fargesia dracocephala, is hardy to zone 5 and grows about 7 feet tall, which is just right for a focal point in a zen garden. Bamboo plants appreciate some shade and regular moisture. Planting a Camellia japonica in the garden can be the beginning of a lifelong love story, as these slow growers can live for hundreds of years. Large, lushly petaled blooms and glossy foliage brightens up the landscape in otherwise drab winter months, provided you live in Zone 6 or a warmer zone. Plant an ornamental cherry tree, and it will reward you with 4 seasons of beauty for many seasons to come. Pink or white spring blooms typically have an almond scent and attract eager bees just emerging from hibernation. Bright green leaves soon follow, and provide an attractive anchor in the border, especially on weeping specimens. Fall and winter highlight handsome bark if you plant the paperbark cherry, which features reddish bark with a striated texture. A shady glen full of hostas is well suited to the Japanese garden aesthetic. The hosta is a naturalized plant found throughout Japan, and these native types are valued more than the hybrids North American gardeners grow. When you take into account size, leaf color and shape, and flower appearance, you can have a very diverse shade garden comprised entirely of hostas. The key to success in growing hostas that increase in size every year is irrigation. Water is like fertilizer to a hosta. Hydrangeas are a popular ornamental plant in Japan, especially the macrophylla types that color shift between pink and blue depending on soil acidity. Hydrangeas are at their most lush state in climates with mild summers and ample rainfall. If your area has hot summers and dry spells, try the paniculata varieties, which are more forgiving of harsh weather than the big leaf types. Do you have an area of the garden that never seems to dry out? Take advantage of a soggy area with a planting of Japanese irises, which love to stay moist year-round. The iris ensata is always hungry for both water and fertilizer, and it will reward you with flower stalks up to 5 feet tall. Planting Japanese irises near a water feature like a pond or stream will satisfy the growing needs of these plants, leaving you with nothing more to do than dividing old clumps every 3 years. If you are lucky enough to have space and resources to create a water garden, the lotus is a must-have plant for Japanese gardens. A mature lotus specimen is something to behold, and some varieties sport leaves that are 3 feet in diameter. However, home gardeners can grow dwarf varieties of this perennial like baby doll or crystal beauty in smaller ponds or barrels, as long as the roots do not freeze. Large flowers appear over 2 weeks in late summer. When caring for a wisteria vine, you must not become a victim of your own success. A mature wisteria vine can pass the tipping point, where it feels like the plant could take over the earth. After flowering, prune the wisteria's floribunda close to its support structure. This keeps growth in check and keeps the blooms easy to see. You may not even need support, as you can train the Japanese wisteria as a tree, limiting growth to a few limbs with biannual pruning. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos. And please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.